Mr. President, later this evening, we are going to hear the President of the United States tout the successes of his administration over the last year. He will say that our country is a better place because of his leadership. Are you ready? Are you looking forward to hearing how grocery costs, energy costs, and the gas prices have all gone down over the last year? Maybe you're eager to hear about Joe Biden's solution to the historic border crisis, one which he created, by the way, that has crushed our rural hospitals, our schools, and other public resources. So let me save you some time. Here's how President Biden's speech is going to go. The economy has never, ever been better. This is a lie. Grocery prices are up 21%. Gas prices are up 32%. Inflation is up 18%. Credit card debt for the average American is at an all-time high. Do those numbers sound like the economy is better than ever? Well, I don't think so. He'll say America has never been safer. This is a lie. Cities across the country are experiencing surges of homicides, muggings, and carjackings. New York City just deployed the National Guard to combat subway crime. Let me read that one more time. New York City just deployed the National Guard to combat subway crime. Never thought I'd see it. This is obviously a Democratic city. Washington, D.C., right here in our nation's capital, saw last year its deadliest year in almost 2 decades. That doesn't sound like this administration and the Democratic allies have prioritized the safety and security of Americans, which, by the way, is any administration's top responsibility. Joe Biden will turn to Ukraine next and say that by continuing to send billions of dollars to secure their border, we'll protect our country. Billions more dollars. Yet, that is another lie. We have already spent and sent over to Ukraine $120 billion, only to watch their war descend into a years-long stalemate with hundreds of thousands of people killed and no end in sight. We are $34 trillion in debt and borrowing an additional $80,000 per second. You heard me right. We're borrowing $80,000 per second. That's $4.6 million a minute. We are increasing the debt at a rate of $2.5 trillion per year. Our munitions are depleted because the president has continued to give it away to other countries. We're defenseless. We are broke, and we have little to show for it. Our streets should be made of gold. We should have fast trains across the country. Our airport should be immaculate. We have nothing to show for a $34 trillion debt. President Biden will also say the border crisis could have been solved with the Biden-Schumer border deal and claim that Republicans blocked the bill from moving forward. I was looking forward to this bill, but surprisingly, this is another lie. The Biden-Schumer border deal was a border giveaway. The bill did not stop the administration from paroling thousands of people per day into our country. To me, that was what a border bill was supposed to be about. The bill did not authorize funding to complete the border wall. It's simple. Put up a wall. We just put one outside the Capitol here today. to keep out the mean people from coming to this speech tonight. The bill will not stop funding sanctuary cities where criminal aliens are protected from deportations. The president will claim he's done everything he can do to secure the border. The Republicans have tied his hands. That's what he'll say. To clarify, the President of the United States will claim he cannot secure the nation's border at the end of the night. How embarrassing. What a shameless dereliction of duty. A bold-faced lie. He thinks the Americans are either too stupid to see what's going on here, or he might think they just don't care. But I think they do. He's wrong on both counts. Tuesday's primary race results prove just how wrong he is. When I last spoke on the floor 1 week ago, I said I'd be back the next time an American was killed by an illegal alien. Well, here I am, and it's far too soon. This past weekend, 27-year-old Washington State Patrol Trooper Christopher Gadd was killed by an illegal alien. This is he right here. Raul Benitez Santana, a Mexican citizen, drunk and high behind the wheel, crashed his car into Trooper Gadd and killed him. Trooper Gadd was a husband, a father, a brother, and a son. Benitez Santana has been arrested multiple times before since he's been in the United States illegally over the last 10 years. And this man lay dead today because of that. He has been charged several times for driving with suspended license, in addition to possession of marijuana and domestic abuse. He should have been deported long ago, but he wasn't. Now, Trooper Gadd is dead. Does anybody care other than his family? Sadly, Marysville, Washington, where the crash occurred, is a sanctuary jurisdiction. I still haven't figured that out. You know, I've spoken about sanctuary jurisdictions before. They are cities, counties, and states where locally elected officials prohibit policy from cooperating with federal law enforcement officers to get criminal aliens out of our communities and into removal proceedings to be deported. But if you're in one of these sanctuary cities, that doesn't happen. This tragic event is but one in a pattern of occurrences happening across our country in which the lives of U.S. citizens are put at risk because Joe Biden's refusal, absolute refusal to secure the border. So earlier today, the House of Representatives voted on the Laken-Riley Act. We talked about her a couple of weeks ago here right on this floor. A young lady that was killed by an illegal alien at the University of Georgia. Laken-Riley Act, which was mandate detention of illegal aliens charged with crimes as small as shoplifting. That is exactly what Laken-Riley's killer had been arrested for previously. By the way, he had also been arrested for endangering a minor before he was charged with Laken-Riley's murder. This bill today that was voted on in the House, 170 Democrats voted against this bill. The blame for the state of this county, or the blame for the state of this country, rests solely with President Biden. He's the boss, he's the leader, period. Does he care about you? Care about you as a taxpayer and a citizen of this country? He doesn't show it. Does he keep and care about your family? Does he care about keeping them safe? Or is it just by luck that nothing happens to you? I don't think he does. Will he protect you? I don't think so. Hadn't shown that. He didn't protect Laken Riley or Trooper Gadd here. But I'm sure he won't talk about Laken or Trooper Gadd in his speech tonight. But he should. Their names should come up. Their families are grieving, and it's just unfortunate that he doesn't take the leadership role and the blame. These two Americans don't support his narrative of a successful presidency. He's going to say he's had a successful first 3 years, and last year was successful. But we've lost a lot of people because of his decisions that he's made at the border. And there's been many, not just these two. One is too many. I don't know how many people will support this talk tonight. I'm anxious to hear it. I'm anxious to hear what his writers got together and said about our country and what's happened over the last year and what he foresees in the future. Had to be hard. But unless drastic changes are made to our nation's leadership in the very near future, I think the American citizens are going to be on their own. It's just going to be by luck whether you're going to make it or not make it. And I'm not talking about just financially, but I'm talking about life or death, because we're losing people almost daily. So, on that, I'm looking forward to hearing President Biden's speech tonight. I hope the American people listen in hard on what's going on, because this is our country, and our country's in trouble. And I hope to God that we make the right decisions come this November. God bless. Mr. President, I yield the floor.